What's up, guys? It's time for the final best of 3.
Well, this best of 3 we already saw today. Flash won at 2-0 against Dream before. Pretty one-sided. His mech really killing Dream, but Dream was like, first game, don't attack at all, then Flash kills you when he gets max because you didn't touch him. And of course he was going bio. And then the second game he tried to go mech, but just wasn't as good at it as Flash.
I guess the question is, if Dream's warmed up, can he do any better against Flash? Flash is playing fantastically today.
Yeah, he really is. He's played some really great games. Dream in that last series played very well. See if he can play a bit better here now against Flash. The first map is actually going to be Iron Fortress, which I feel like is it's so wide open that third is kind of far away. You definitely, if Flash wants to go back here, you definitely could get some damage in, I think. He needs to be more aggressive, though, if he wants to play against Flash in TvT.
I think so. I think he needs to be a bit more of an initiator.
Yeah.
Flash historically in Brood War having probably is this safe to say the best defense? I think it is. He survived.
Yeah, I would say so.
Every single cheese.
Sounds about right.
Which is one of the reasons why he always won in mid-game, late game. Yeah, for Terran players.
Yeah.
Who I think get cheesed a lot more in the early game in Brood War. So.
Oh, they did. Trust me there.
So. I'm not sure if maybe Dream initiating a little bit better here will work out. First map's going to be Iron Fortress, then Deadwing, then Overgrowth.
He has to win this map. Those other 2 maps just get like more and more turtly. He needs to be a bit more aggressive here, I think. You don't want to go late game against Flash in this matchup. No sirree.
It all comes down to this for today's group, Group G.
And either one of these guys moving on is fantastic, too.
Absolutely. The game's now loaded up. The winner moves on to the round of 16. The loser, well, their story ends here as they are now out of the GSL Code S. In the upper right, in the red, our Terran player, he is
SK Telecom T1 Dream.
in the bottom right, the best player from Brood War, undisputed.
KT Roaster Flash.
Dun 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 dun. That was good. We ended it right on the right note there. Only Flash gets that epic music.
That's right.
It's got to be the right kind of epic music too. It's got to be the kind of music. Oh, hold on. Time to revenge. Sweet revenge dream. Ooh, Super Ultimate Grandmaster, Master Fighting.
All right.
Yeah, you got to have the right kind of music. It's got to be the kind of music that, like, you know, there's like centaurs riding out to fight dragons kind of music.
It's almost more epic than that.
It's a little bit more epic than that, yeah.
It's like the king that has lived his entire life leading up to this moment to charge into battle gloriously.
Yes.
It's like almost like a Braveheart speech, and he points. With that music, you point your sword towards where you're going.
Yeah. And
you don't just point, you don't just motion, you point your sword, and you look down the hilt of the sword to where you're pointing.
And where you're pointing at, there is an 8-headed dragon. Like that, only 8 times that.
But you're Flash, so it's no big deal.
You're Flash, and you're like, it's fine, I can macro out a lot of dudes.
Macro more than 8 heads.
Yeah. And that's basically what this is. But what if Flash loses today? I mean, stuff like this has happened before, man.
Flash losing? No.
Yes, it has.
No, it hasn't.
What are you, TeamLiquid.net? Yes, he has, man.
Well, I think he's got this one, Tasis, to be honest.
I think you're probably right. I'm just saying, hey, it might happen.
So far, the day has gone exactly as I thought. Yeah,
you were on today.
I'm always on.
Wow.
Yeah, I am. It's a lie what they say.
What do they say?
Much over-exaggerated. They say, some people say that I'm not always right.
No.
I'm always right. Sometimes the players are wrong, the way that they play. But I am for sure always right.
All right.
I like that Flash is mixing some Reapers with this. This is pretty cool. We did see him like some Reapers previously as well. Nice little scouting. Definitely can be used in conjunction with the Hellions.
By the way, Flash has always been doing this TvT the last little while. Reaper scouts.
Oh. Oh.
Oh no!
Oh,
he
that
didn't even get the
sucks.
cool Reaper death where he shoots off because his jetpack got broken. Well, they're both hugging the right side of the map. Occasionally in TvT, it's a good idea to hide a base on the left side in this matchup, since it's oftentimes ignored, since there's such a point of contention in the middle right side of the map. We'll see how it actually turns out, though. Hidden bases have never been a fad in StarCraft II. I think part of that is because in Brood War, hidden bases were better because of the way workers mined, and I mean, they can go a long way to this.
Well, additional bases were simply better in StarCraft 1, the way the economy works.
There's pretty much a cap on how many bases you want to get in StarCraft 2. There's no, like, 8 base play where you're mining from them. That's a Brood War thing.
Yeah. StarCraft 1, like, you could totally do that. You could totally rock 6, 7 bases.
Yeah, for sure.
Just be like, whoa, look at me on Protoss, and I took the map, and I'm hiding carriers because I think I'm good at this game, but I'm not.
Oh, hold up. Drop coming in. And this angle, not good. Oh, he's got to be careful.
Nice drop of that Widow Mine, kind of saving everything. Flash, though, pretty good defense here so far with those Hellions on the high ground. Ooh!
Flash pretty
nice
crazy with these Marines, by the way.
These are Dream Marines.
Oh, excuse me, Dream. What am I saying? Dream pretty aggressive with these Marines. I got to say, this is doing a lot more damage than I think anybody would have actually expected it to do.
Very good pressure going on, really.
Yeah. Now, there's a good amount of Hellions, but Dream does not appear to be phased by this. He's shoving right up this ramp.
He's going to need a... This is actually hurting a lot.
He's going to need to move that Widow Mine up.
Yeah. Certainly that's something he wants to do, but this auto turret is very, very important as well.
Nicely done. That should end this rush. Well, Flash maybe overextending there. I guess there wasn't really much of a way to get out, though, you know?
So let's see. Dream did kill 3 SCVs with that. Killed the depot and canceled 1, too. That was a pretty nice little push by Dream. And his command center is just so much faster, which really sucks for Flash. Because Flash in this game went for his second gas very quickly. Dream did not go for his second gas nearly as quickly. And Flash didn't even get any actual harassment work done. Like, he didn't go for Cloak Banshees. He couldn't really do anything. There was so much pressure on him. So that was... Dream has played this really quite well in the early game.
And,
that was cute.
And he's going to go ahead and push up here now. Now, Flash is pretty used to playing from a deficit, so let's see how the rest of this game goes. I'd say, though, it's actually when I was casting it for a second, you caught me doing this earlier. I actually thought it was Flash attacking Dream back there because the control is so impressive.
You're not going to catch Flash disgracing himself making that many Marines in this matchup. Flash is, of course, going mech here, which is pretty cool to see. Now, of course, this map, if you look at where the thirds are, it's going to be a lot harder for him to take and secure one of those. It's going to be spread much more thin than on some of these other maps, so I feel like this is going to give Dream some real potential, especially considering he's already opened this game nicely, to possibly, pick up a win in this first game.
Well, that's what he needs, really.
Yeah, and even if he picks up this win, I'm not worried yet for Flash because the next maps are Deadwing and Overgrowth,
and
which are both quite good mech maps, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely the kind of maps Flash would want to play on. You see that the Vikings are poking in here from Dream. He's looking for a Raven or another Viking assassinate, maybe even a medevac. Meanwhile, Dream's also coming out here. So Dream's doing a multi-pronged attack here. And when you have a little bit of a lead like what Dream does, sometimes this can be enough to take out the expansion and ultimately win the game here. Now, here come the Vikings. He's baited out his opponent's Vikings. They've shown their position here. Oh, I thought he lost the medevac for a second. Excuse me. So he's going to try to push down over here.
All right. And Hellions do back up a little bit. Okay, Siege Shank's incoming. He has removed most of the Marines, so this is not going to be like something that's impossible for him to stop. Still scary, though.
I got to say, Flash, though, pretty formidable defense here. Vikings also coming out here, shoving back the medevacs and the opposing Vikings here for Dream.
Very well done with these Blue Flame Hellions, picking off any Marines he can, because, of course, if you don't have any buffer for Siege Shanks, they die to everything.
I think this is a questionable play here for Dream.
Yeah,
He just lands all the Vikings here. This was a totally botched effort.
I'm not sure why he really pressed the issue so hard right
I don't even know
there.
if these Vikings get to leave.
No, they don't.
Well, if there was anything that Flash had to do, he did it. Or maybe Dream bungled it, we should say more so. Odd maneuver there to kind of loop around onto that ramp area with one tank.
Why is he pressing the issue with so few units? Like,
well, I mean, look, the defenses were there for Flash. Just back up, Dream.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I mean, Dream actually had a lead back there. All he had to do was keep the lead. He didn't have to close out the game. That wasn't one of these weird games where he's on 6 gates, he's got a Colossus or something, he's trying to win with a quick timing against the guy on 3 bases. No. Dream got his expansion up first. Flash was behind. If Flash is defending and you don't get him out of position, back up.
And without a question now, this is an advantage for Flash.
Sure.
This is a really tough situation for Dream. They are both going for thirds, which are about the same time, but the thing is, you've let Flash get a unit lead on you, and it's like, literally, this is the map where it's much more wide open than the other two when you're taking that third base. So what you want here is a unit lead so that you can press that type of advantage and find where they're... Like, you know what we just saw was like a Marine King play from Dream, where he's like, okay, I'm going to just drop you no matter what, and it's like, well, I'm on 2 bases, and you're on 2 bases, why are you trying to drop me? Defenders have advantages, and he just did it anyways, but now he doesn't have any advantages, really, to push, other than, you know, he does have better mobility, so maybe he can find a way in still.
Let's see. Definitely the wrong player to be against when you're in a unit deficit is Flash. Since he won most of his games by macroing up and then controlling in Brood War a 10 control group army, he's got it a little bit easier here. But you definitely don't at least want to have the numbers not in your favor against the guy. So Dream rallying up more units. He's still just on the border here of Flash's turf and then the neutral ground on the map. So he's itching, it looks like, for another engagement. Hopefully this one goes better because already Flash in a supply lead. Positionally, so far his defense has been pretty good.
Yeah, he's got 5 siege tanks right now. He's going to have 2 more pop out. This might be the closest to a sweet spot timing that Dream is going to find this game. Looks like he wants to fly around the sensor turret with these medevacs. The thing is, the Vikings are waiting down there, so this could be a huge blunder.
Oh, man. Now, he's not even over the land yet. Is he going to get that one medevac? Nope, that one stays alive. Very important.
Yeah, their boost is up as well, so he can definitely escape.
Thing is, this would be obvious if he dropped over here. He could drop in the second.
Yeah, hey, if he sees some tanks there, that's very annoying.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, he can.
That's nice.
This is sometimes all you got to do.
Yeah, a move like this is fantastic.
Okay, so these two going to go down now to 1 as he just drops over here. But this is keeping Flash a little bit busy. And here comes that drop in the main.
Well, looks like he's going to stim in here, see what he can get done, trying to pick off whatever he can with those Vikings, as it does take time to move back with everything else. In the meantime, we might actually see, yes, he is going to stim in here. See what damage he can get done. The tanks are actually all siege tasteless. This may be exactly what Dream needed. I think he's found his opening.
Yeah, he's doing the damage in the main. He's doing the damage in between the second and the third. Too many Marauders for tanks to really be anything of a threat right now. And with 3 battles being won on 3 different fronts, a meching Terran is probably going to lose this game.
Yes, indeed. This is not looking like it's very winnable now for Flash. He's lost his C-Chanks. He's losing SCVs all over the place. Still has a unit from that first drop in his main base.
GG. Uh-oh. Flash, by the way, the headphones came off. I think he might be going to speak with the coach. Nope, getting out of the booth. Going to take his, I believe, minute break that he gets.
Yeah, probably for the best. Just take a little breather there. That was well done there. It was well executed by Dream. He wasn't completely afraid of those Vikings. He still found ways in.
Let me highlight that Dream did make a mistake there in that first engagement when he was ahead, and he still pulled through.
Yep.
3 different spots being hit at once. Siege tanks and siege modes ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah. Now,
not a damn thing they can do.
That was good. That's the type of play that we need to see. That later play, not the earlier play where he was like really dead set and dropping a 2-base Terran. Can he do that on the next 2 maps? Deadwing and Overgrowth, 2 maps that are much easier to defend for Flash. That map's very tough to actually... You saw the different areas. It's like there's so many areas for them to push in through the ground, through the sky, anything. He's dropping tanks behind the 3rd. There's just like... It's a pain. So...
Flash is a cloaked ghost right now. We cannot see his expression.
Oh boy. Well, he better be a cloaked banshee, not a ghost for this matchup.
No kidding. Unless he EMPs Dream's computer.
Ooh.
That's the only way, man.
It's a pretty cheap win. I'll take it, though.
Yeah. Hey, man, sometimes you need a cheap win in StarCraft.
Yeah.
Deadwing. This is the map, so... I don't know. Let's see. Don't forget, cheesing is always a possibility. Cheesing not as strong in TvT, but we've seen some weird-ass stuff happen in TvT.
Yeah.
Since, you know...
It's a 3-player map, so it's a little bit harder in some ways. If you do proxy or something, it's... You have to kind of guess where they are if it's a really early proxy, like for Reapers or Marauders or whatever.
All right, Flash has used up his minute break. So we're going to be going right into this. By the way, guys, break times in GSL, I mean, this is one of the reasons why this is such an intense tournament. You just get done sometimes with an hour game, and you have about a minute 45 before we jump into the next game.
It's quick. Flash finishing that drink.
It is done.
Got to keep hydrated.
Flash, probably a bit agitated that since he's been in StarCraft II, he has not been able to get deep in a tournament. Here we are again. He's been unable to get super deep into GSL Code S, and he might get knocked out here. Yeah.
He's yet to find significant success in Korea.
Yeah.
So
I'm not saying he's had no success, by the way, guys. I know we have a lot of rabid Flash fans watching, but he has not had the success that is at all comparable to his StarCraft II success. No. And he's hungry for it. And Dream might just, well, he might just take that Dream away from Flash. Let's see. 1-0 Dream. Can Flash turn this around? Or is Dream going to be our last survivor today here in the GSL? In the upper left, in the red, the color of passion.
SK Telecom T1 Dream.
And in the bottom left, the best player from Brood War.
KT Roaster Flash.
The color of sadness.
The color of the color of blueberries. The color of Smurfs. KT Roaster Flash.
Alrighty. Let's see how this one goes, how they want to open up. Flash with that gas first. Probably get some harassment early on. So, Tasteless, while we wait for these builds to sort themselves out.
We can talk about stuff. I don't have anything that comes to mind right now.
To talk about?
No. I've used up all my creative juice. Do you have anything?
Did you play any new games lately?
I did. This is really random. I played on the flight over, because, you know, I was in Los Angeles doing ESPN.
You flew back, right?
I played Heroes of My Magic. But
did you play Hearthstone on that flight?
No, I didn't. Unfortunately, to all of my Twitter followers' recommendations, you cannot play that on an international flight. Yeah. By the way, I already knew that was on iPad. So,
did you know that they released on iPad, Hearthstone, the card game from Blizzard?
I did. My Twitter followers didn't know that, though, which was unfortunate.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like this is going to be the next thing. I'm like, guys, looking for a game on Xbox. Can anybody recommend something for me? Like, well, Halo's on Xbox. I'm like, thanks again, guys. You never had an Xbox, did you?
No.
I'm not as much of an Xbox guy. Actually, I'm all Steam nowadays, but I might get a PlayStation 3 for...
I have a PlayStation 3.
Or PlayStation 4, excuse me. What am I saying?
PlayStation 3 is actually, as far as I know, it only does Netflix.
That's because you have Steam.
That's like all I use.
I might want to get Bloodborne. It's like Dark Souls for...
Bloodborne?
You never played Dark Souls either, right?
No, I have Dark Souls. I do want to play it. You've told me so much about it.
You should, yeah.
I will eventually sit down and play
It's
that.
worth it. It's brutal, but it's good.
I'm really into the RPG I'm playing on my 3DS.
Which RPG are you doing?
Etrian Odyssey. Really into that.
Japanese one?
Yeah.
It seems like the Japanese handheld RPGs are just the best nowadays.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. But really into that, really into StarCraft, and quite into Heroes of the Storm as well right now. Those are the three I'm spending all my time on at the moment. Some Hearthstone too, of course. Always some Hearthstone.
Well, I mean, especially if you're a guy who's mobile like us, you're pretty much always playing Hearthstone. We have the Reaper now from Flash coming up. That is driven back by Dream.
Yeah, his own Reaper there, pushing him back. Now we do have already for Flash the Starport coming up. Does have that double gas. Definitely could see him going into some Banshee play. Dream, on the other hand, a little bit slower on that factory, but he does have that much quicker command center, of course, almost finished. Definitely a big deal.
And this game is going to be one of those ones where one guy is going for the drop, the other one going for the expand. It really will just come down to how the harass is. The drop as well from Flash. Flash already coming in now with these 2 Reapers. And kind of a weird micro play here. He's actually having the SCVs go after the Reapers, which can work, but you've got to be careful because you can end up losing everything.
Yeah, it's trying to buffer a little bit. Keep those back from microing too heavily against his Marines, I guess.
Oh, cool. Meanwhile, over here, Dream, in fact, not getting any kills yet because those SCVs keep going into the refinery. Okay, there we go. That was teamwork for those SCVs there. Oh, look how cool this is.
Some good repairing.
Flash is so good.
Well, he is getting Cloaked Banshees at the moment, Tasteless. Widow Mine, eBay, and Vikings on the way here for Dream, so he should be able to minimize damage. Love to see, though. Banshees have a funny way of finding damage no matter what.
Yes, they do.
Remember the best?
When he would drunk drive his Banshees into turrets.
Just like fly it right into a turret.
Yeah. He's like, here we go. It's actually the rally point. He hasn't checked that thing in the entire game.
I feel bad for that guy because a lot of people were saying in practice he was really godly, but just had the nerves,
you got to conquer anxiety if you're going to be in a tournament, man.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the beast.
It is. It's not just about the ladder skill.
Yeah. It's like those guys are like, well, he's actually the best, just not in tournaments. I'm like, okay.
Well, it's pretty much not the best.
Yeah, that's not the best then. Uh-oh. Viking gonna come up here. He could actually trap the Banshee. This Banshee did not do enough damage.
No, not yet. We'll see what else he can get done, though.
This Banshee dies, her life is a failure.
Oh, that turret well placed by Dream.
Kind of an odd play here while Cloak to go for that. What? All right, he's going to keep hitting the reactor. I guess he can do this with 20 mana left.
Might want to force out a scan. Well, it does bring these SCVs out, which you may be able to go ahead and target down. Just paying attention.
Yeah, I guess this actually does work. You just kill off some SCVs. Okay, maybe I was too critical.
It's called fishing.
Nicely done. And he did force a scan out. Meanwhile, a drop headed southbound over here. Looks like it's going to go for the second base here of Flash. Not clear what's defending at that location. We don't have a shot of that just yet.
He is getting Blue Flame on the way right now. Plenty of Hellions being created. Of course, Flash going to be going for mech once again. Doesn't want to embarrass himself with Marines. We'll go ahead and push forward here as that Banshee as well, so we'll force this drop back for now.
Well, the kind of a similar situation here. The Dream's medevac can't really drop anywhere. He's trying to get some kind of damage out here, but it's pretty futile. Once anything that can hit air there comes out, Dream will have to back out. Looks like he opts to do that before that even becomes an issue. So it's 2 base versus 2 base now. 34 workers for Flash to 40 for Dream.
Okay, not too far off right now, I would say.
No, it's marginal. There's the third command center being made for Flash, though. I don't believe we have anything like that here for Dream. And once again, Dream going to push out. This is very similar, by the way, to what we saw in the previous game. Dream pushing out. Now, these are probably the most fragile parts of TvT is when you're both on 2 base and a push like this happens.
Yeah.
A lot of times games just end. And this is a matchup that normally is measured by tenacity. It's usually, 2 guys taking a lot of blows back and forth going into the late game. But sometimes this just ends.
Yeah, sometimes you get into a good spot, a nice position where they have to pull too many SCVs to clear you out, and things go downhill very quickly from there. We'll see if that happens here. Flash does have a Siege Tank of his own, a second one about to pop out, so I don't think that he'll get into such a bad position, but we could have some damage done by Dream here.
Okay, this is a pretty sick push. I like the low-landed Vikings, by the way. He could actually bully the Siege Tank on the ground. Well, if he goes there...
All right, he's going to be careful. He's dealing a little bit of damage right now, but long-term, how much is he going to get? All right, very nice Seeker Missile.
Oh!
Wow.
That was so good.
What are we watching, MMA over here? Come on.
Second Seeker Missile coming out now, and that will clean up everything there. Oh my god, 13 kills. I think this Banshee's officially a serial killer now.
Seriously. Pretty big deal there. Even on SCVs at this point, Tasteless. So that is a big thing to take into consideration.
Now the Hellions are going to come up. And not much actually Dream can do without a medevac.
Well, I guess the Siege Tank does lose that.
Takes a while, but it does die.
Yeah, yeah. This is looking pretty good for Flash, I would say, Tasteless. He's got a decent number of Siege Tanks right now. He dealt enough damage with that Banshee and cleared that up well enough. You know, if it wasn't for that Banshee, though, Dream would be in so much better shape.
Yeah. It's kind of funny how that goes. We saw this big tactical assault here from Dream, trying to leapfrog up onto the high ground, push around to where the gas guys hit SCVs. But meanwhile, there's just this Banshee just sitting there, killing everything, and really
seemingly on hold position.
Yeah, a Banshee on hold position sometimes does more than all the, you know, tactics in the world. And of course, that also allowed Flash with that hold position Banshee to just go back and completely focus his energy on killing off the rest of this army. So the third base is going to be taken here. Funnily enough, Flash takes his third base before Dream.
Yeah, that's been something. He's been pretty quick about making those command centers. You do need to get up to 3 base on mech. You cannot be sitting on 2 base. It's almost better to just like take the risk and take it a little bit quicker, because if you don't hold it, you're just 2 base. You're not going to max out quick enough, and you need a high supply count with mech. This is not something you screw around at 120 supply, like we see Dream doing here with the kind of more robust at lower supply army.
I don't know if Flash is going to be broken here. This is where Flash really hits the ground running. When he's got the medevacs with the fire, not the fire bats. Excuse me. We've talked about Brood War so much in this cast. The Hellbats in them. He's got his siege tanks in the ground. This is really where he hits a stride.
Yeah, indeed. And with the sensor tower, it's you can't by ground you can't attack him without him knowing way ahead of time.
Yeah.
So that means that he really has to watch out for drops. He's already made a good amount of turrets up at the top left of his main. And notice he is loading up those medevacs with Hellbats. That's like his first responder squad right there. That's what he flies in if anything
that's
comes
his
after
Delta
him.
Squad, Artosis.
That's his Delta
That's
Squad.
his Delta Squad. I think of any less cool terms.
That's his SWAT force, Artosis. Oh my god, yeah. Just in case someone robs his bank, he's going to send in that force.
What?
You gotta be kidding me.
No!
This could be a very good drop. Notice he's walking around inside of sensor tower range. Oh, man. Oh, it looks like he responds very, very quickly here. The Vikings going to town here on these medevacs, dropping Hellbats all over the army here of Dream. Still, Dream killing some stuff off. Not really that much,
Not enough medevacs. Well, actually, no medevacs here to heal that, so the Hellbats has been stronger and stronger. Meanwhile, at the front of the base...
Ooh. Nice move. Let's see if it ends up working out. Some Hellbats are down here to help. No, he does push him back.
Put that down. Get out, Dream.
I like the idea. I think he had to hit that at like the same moment as the other attack. I think he was trying to eke out too much damage maybe in that the drop in the main. But
man,
quite well done by Flash on the defense, of course.
Well, I think Flash, after deflecting that attack, is considering he didn't lose any tanks, which is usually the measurement, because when you finish up a battle, you could pretty much map it out by, did the mech guy lose a lot of tanks? If he didn't, usually the mech guy's in great shape, and in this case, that's what we have here. So Dream scrambling to acquire a 4th base, and this is, amongst all maps, probably the easiest one to get and keep a 4th base, but problem is that Flash is going to have this battering ram of artillery coming through here that should just obliterate the defenses here of Dream, and I believe end the game, but let's see. Dream is pretty, he's got a lot of finesse. He might be able to pull something out.
Yeah, this is looking pretty tough for him, man. When you see Flash start making 6-7 turrets, starting to pump out his Banshees and Viking count. He has this many siege tanks. You're not really going to break him with Bio. I think that it's time for Dream to start thinking about how he wins a longer game here. And is that through, you know, maybe expanding more to the sides? Is that through trying to switch it into something like battle cruisers, or maybe a big Viking switch to rule the skies in some way? But it's definitely not through Marine Marauder, unless we do see Flash make some sort of mistake.
You ever feel like the Hellbats look like armored robot ducks?
I see where you're going with this, but they don't have a bill, so I can't see it all the way.
Maybe that's why they're angry.
Because they don't have a bill?
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't be able to tell because they don't have a bill, so how would they frown?
They can't frown with a bill.
Yeah, they can.
You can't. A bird can't frown. It's got
a bird can't frown?
Yeah, a bird can't frown.
Why do you hate birds so much?
I don't hate birds. Couldn't even tell if they hated me.
Birds don't have emotions.
Frown.
I'm like, I don't know, Tastes.
They can't frown. They have a beak.
I'm pretty sure that they can frown, Tastes.
They can't. No, they can't frown, man.
I have seen personally a bird frown.
No, you. No, you haven't.
Oh, I have. Oh, I have. You think that eagles aren't constantly frowning?
No, they're constantly angry. They're grimacing, but they're not frowning. Frowning requires the mouth. Lips are necessary in the frowns. You guys are going to learn a lot about TvT today, and you're also going to learn that lips are necessary for a frown.
So you're saying if you were a zombie, you could not frown?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have any lips. I just had my teeth there. Whereas if you were a zombie, you would definitely have your lips. But
humans need lips to frown. You know, if I had a beak, I could frown.
If you had a beak?
Like you do have a beak.
You do have a beak. You look like a pelican that got its beak punched off.
Look at how many sensor towers, by the way.
It's actually pretty crazy. That's actually a Venn diagram of sensor towers on the map.
He's trying to make the Olympic rings, but failing miserably. Flash doesn't quite remember because StarCraft isn't in the Olympics yet.
Yeah.
Because the Olympics isn't real sports.
Yeah.
Definitely curling is harder than StarCraft.
Definitely that in the game where they ski down the mountain and shoot the rifle. Video games have no place there. Well, there's a pretty nice surround, but this drop, I don't know if it's going to do too much, but let's see how this game goes on. We have the mech player contained, but the mech player should burst out here. By the way, guys, take a notice here at the upper right to the mineral and gas count. Both these guys banking a lot of minerals, which is going to be a lot of Hellbats later on, or Hellions into Hellbats. So,
yeah. It's if we look at it now, you see both of them kind of transitioning into, you know, sky-based builds.
Yes.
Because over a super long time, things like Yamato Cannon and you know, battle cruisers can like rail through missile turrets, and you know, it's. That's the type of comp that you see a lot of times late game, a lot of Ravens in it and whatnot. So this is getting pretty interesting. I do like mech versus bio games that go like this.
Yeah, well, this is why TvT is a beautiful matchup, man. Because it can go long and hard, man. And we're kind of at that climax.
Can it go fast?
It can go long and hard. Wow.
Can it go slow?
However you like it.
I think it goes just right, Tasteless.
Yeah, just right.
Sometimes you'll have a soft contain.
This is Tastosis.
Concave
forever
convex.
high school.
You know.
Yeah.
You know. Tasteless likes to be the concave.
Ro32 is more of a convex kind of guy. Well, you know,
I'm fine with the convex as long as I have the siege tanks. They are longer range.
There you go. We've gone too far with this. Does appear that Flash really can't get out. I mean, here's the thing. Watch this. Marauders, they stim, they run right in. Marauders, by the way, much more expendable than these siege tanks are. So if he kills off a few, he can just run away or remake them. It doesn't matter. 3-3, about 5 seconds away from finishing here for Dream.
Yeah, and the 3-3 is important still because this gets into really funny situations where you start bleeding off mech units to get more flying units to deal with their flying units, and then the thing is, what builds quicker, mech units or bio units? And who probably has more production facilities? Probably the bio player. So sometimes you get into a situation where suddenly there's, bam, a big round of bio is out, and then you run around the map and do a lot of damage with it. That absolutely can occur. But Flash, slowly but surely pushing forward, making his missile turrets. Notice that he is not, in fact, going into battlecruisers yet. He is focusing primarily upon anti-air units. And that's so that he can go ahead and just kill off, you know, the battlecruisers, the very expensive battlecruisers that Dream is making.
Oh, he's going down Tasteless's secret high ground.
Whoa.
I mean,
I don't know if we'll ever get in this game to John's common knowledge high ground on the other side of the map.
Yeah,
that would be a really weird place to see a battle from here.
Sorry, guys, that's an old school GSL joke. A lot of you guys are like, what the hell are they talking about? But I don't know. It's not for you.
It's not for you.
It's not for you. But hey, we have new inside jokes we're coming up with every day here. Okay, the mech army is pushing out, and this is pretty convincing. I don't know if Dream can actually stop this. The Siege Tank's, by the way, kind of wadding up over here at this entrance. He can actually well, there's a million different ways you can handle this.
This is the best way. Just have Banshees kill them. It doesn't even cost energy. Pretty sick. So this army right now that we have for Flash is insane, and because he's focused so heavily on anti-air, the battlecruisers that Dream bought aren't really going to do that much.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It comes down more to how many Ravens and how many Vikings. And actually, Dream does have 2 more Vikings, but we have way more Ravens for Flash.
Oh my God, Sitka. Oh my God.
Oh my God. And it looks like all those missiles, the Hunter-Seeker missiles there from Flash actually end up hitting. So he is just destroying this army right now.
By the way, Flash TvT Brood War looked a lot like this.
He was
a little bit
best
scarier.
TvT player ever.
He was just so good. Flash wins. GG. 1-1. And he's going to use his minute break now. Look at that chair. Even the chair is frowning. Look at the eyes and the mouth. Ooh, Flash is so scary. I have 3 frowns.
Are those frowns? Or are those 3 red mustaches?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Or are those 3 beaks, which apparently can't frown even if they're in the shape of a frown?
Birds cannot frown.
But they can grimace?
With their eyes. Yeah.
I'm grimacing right now at you with my eyes.
And they can also, with their eyes, they can smize.
Smize?
Like smiling with your eyes.
Oh my God.
It's a word, man.
Get out of here, Tasteless.
That was the last game Tasteless ever casted.
You are done in this industry.
Next map is going to be Overgrowth. Classic StarCraft II map. Very standard, one-on-one. Anything can happen, though. Anything can. Especially when stakes are this high. Dream, definitely outclassed. Game number 1 in this series, a little bit weird that Dream won, even though he played very well.
Twas the map.
Crazy.
Twas the map. Next map, very easily defendable. Very hard to even get aggressive with drops early on here, so I'm not sure what Dream's strategy is going to be honest.
Not sure either.
He might want... I'm not sure what he's going to want to do here, really, Tasteless. Maybe something like we saw in Game 1, where he gets an early advantage with like a Marine Hellion type push, something like that. That could be a reasonable way to go about it. Maybe he goes like a proxy barracks or something. You know, like maybe proxy Marauder?
Yeah, you know, that wouldn't be that bad, actually. Let's see, though. Let's see what happens.
Let your friends know one of the best Terrans in the world right now, Dream, is being brought to the brink by Flash himself. Will this be the GSL that Flash wins? Well, no. Hero's still in here, and so is Life. But Flash could get pretty far.
Hey, man, let's see how deep he goes.
I want to see how quickly he'd be picked, because people really respect him still, even if he's not like considered the best Terran in the world.
Well, he's certainly a novelty. As like, you know, the best Brood War player.
Can I quote you as saying he's nothing but a bobblehead?
A bobblehead? Dude,
okay, so that's pretty rude considering what he's achieved.
Hey,
and he's a person. He's actually a guy. We could go down and talk to him.
He is a bit of a novelty amongst all these StarCraft II guys. Having this this Brood War pro here, the best guy that there was in Brood War, fighting to establish himself in StarCraft II. And I believe we are about to start this.
All right, it is time.
It's all going to come down to one game. This is our last game for tonight.
This is the last game for the round of 32.
Oh, yeah, good point. What am I saying? Last game for the round of 32.
Group G, more like Group GG.
We're about to go into the round of 16 here. Only one slot remains. Dream against Flash as they duke it out on the map. Overgrowth. The winner moves on to the round of 16. And we'll see which player does that and which one goes home empty-handed. Dies. We actually killed the loser. We filled the booth up with poison gas. It's brutal here. In the upper right, in the red.
SK Telecom T1 Dream.
He's been having a good run nowadays, but this is a pretty tough hurdle to cross, beating Flash.
Indeed.
The best player in Brood War here in StarCraft II.
KT Roaster Flash.
He's been a professional gamer for, I believe, over a decade now.
Oh, let me think.
I believe that's correct, but don't count me on that. By the way,
be right.
Flash going for gas first now.
Yeah. Once again, both players are going a little bit slower for Dream. Yeah, Flash has been around for quite some time.
Flash support here.
Yeah. Is that Japanese on that side?
I believe that is not Japanese. I believe that's Chinese, but I'm not
Tweet
sure.
at us, guys.
I know that that's not at a.
Let's see which one of us is a racist.
Which one of us is that ignorant here? So yeah, we got a lot of people down here in the studio today. Much more so for a round of 32. Normally, it's pretty sparse here in the studio.
Well, when Flash is playing, you better show up, and you better be wearing your nice dress shoes.
Yeah, you better, man. You better kill the fatted calf when Flash comes to town.
What?
Killing the fatted calf.
What is that?
That's like when you kill, like someone nice comes to town, so you kill like the fattest cow you have.
Oh,
so you can
okay.
feast on
Like
it.
a sacrifice.
Yeah. Well,
to
not
the,
well, I mean,
the literal god of Brood War.
Yeah, the literal god, man king legend.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Same build from Flash?
Yeah.
What does this mean?
Well, I mean, it's very Flash-like. I mean,
yeah.
Back in Brood War, Terran had a very rigid way that they had to open up, and then it slowly forked out from there into different builds. A lot of times it looked like they were the same thing, but they were actually radically different from each other. But not surprised to see him sort of bring this over here in StarCraft II.
Well, let's see how this progresses. Dream getting that second gas. I'm not too surprised by this. Like going for something like Banshees and trying to decide it early off of like some nice micro and finding some damage.
Yeah.
Could be a very good way for Dream to approach this because he has not stood a chance against a Flash that has secured 3 bases solidly.
And by the way, Dream has really improved from their last series. He looks much more solid.
He does, yeah.
We see a lot of times when there's a rematch between two players where some might say there's a disparity in skill. That the guy plays way worse the second time around because he only had a certain amount of prep builds. Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, that hurts.
Killed the Reaper. That's a bit of a gamble, by the way, putting it all up there. But he's saying, I've studied Flash's movement patterns enough. I know where he's going to send this up here. And the gamble paid off. He gunned down the Reaper. Flash is in the dark.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. All he knows is that there's 4 Marines. That could really end up hindering him because we haven't really seen Dream do a build like this yet. Yeah. Imagine if Dream just closes out like a Cloak Banshee comes over and gets 12 kills and we're like, oh, okay, that was anticlimactic for a good day of StarCraft.
Yeah. Well, the Marines are moving out now for Dream. The second Reaper is coming up here. He will see those Marines. Nope, I don't think he actually saw those. Whoa, Flash. Gotta be careful, man. He loses that second Reaper, it's bad. So the Reaper's coming up now. It's not began. Okay, it's healing now. I don't know if there's much here to defend.
Well, this is a really good scout that he gets off there. The fact that he sees that Cloak is being researched is like the most important thing in the world. He is going ahead and making that Raven right off the bat. So he's going to have the type of tools that he needs.
Oh my god, he's going to go. Oh, this is getting weird. Weird game. He's going around the Marines. This might end very quickly. I I'd say one of the most rare potential base trade scenarios.
Yeah, the Marines coming up right now could be so devastating. In fact, he just turns around.
Did Flash brain fart and just not assume that those Marines were at the tower?
Yeah, he definitely didn't think the Marines were at the tower.
That's a bit shocking.
All right, that's a really good move right there, but he almost kind of baited him into that. I think we might have to see him cancel his command. No, I guess not.
Well, let's see how he controls the Hellions here. You got to be really careful.
Might have been slightly off there, but oh, they're lining up for you.
All right, those Marines stub their toe and they die right now. That's very low on HP. Okay, Flash survives that.
Those Marines step on a Lego and they are done for.
They are done, man. That's the worst.
That does hurt.
I had that 2 days ago in my house. I stepped on the upside-down plastic bottle cap.
Oh, yeah, that
nearly
hurts.
Died.
Nearly died. I bet you did.
I almost didn't come into GSL that day. I'm like, no way, guys. I can't cast today.
Upside down bottle cap.
Upside down bottle cap took me out.
Ends his GSL streak of 2 GSL casts in a row.
My insurance doesn't cover peg legs now because I got that bottle cap I stepped on. And if those Marines had been barefoot and stepped on a bottle cap, surely they would have died as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the...
For surely they are as weak as tasteless.
So the Banshee's coming out now and knocking away Hellions.
Yeah, it's a 5 SCV lead for Dream at the moment. And the thing is, it's probably not going to stop there exactly because the Banshee is out, so he can do some harassment, whereas Flash isn't finding any damage
The SCVs
anywhere.
are actually getting in the way right now.
And now they're getting hit by this Banshee. Oh, God. This is really rough, man. At least he's catching this one.
Oh, will he, though?
You better get that kill. You better. There you
Gets it. Nicely done. Flash in good shape. 53 supplied, though, to 46. But the real story is with the worker count. 35 for Dream to 24 here for Flash. That is a lot.
Yeah, Flash is in a lot of trouble, Flash fans. Sorry. This is tough. He's making a medevac right now. See if he can maybe get a Blue Flame Hellion drop off. The thing is, let's say that he just sneaks a Blue Flame Hellion drop up the right side or something. That can really quickly equalize that SCV count.
You know, this game really does highlight how aggression acts as a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you can get in there and do the damage, and get a lead and win the game even at times. But if you're screwing it up, you're just throwing units away.
Yeah. Double-edged sword, or sometimes even as a gun that shoots in both directions.
That's
hits you first, but might hit them in a better place.
Yeah. We have Stim and Combat Shields synced up. Now, when that gets done, that's when Dream gets to go move out on the map. Until then, he has to be very careful.
Yeah, without Stim, he can't really close any distances fast enough. Oh, God, look. Right now, Dream is actually scouting the right-hand side of the map. He's going to see this perfectly.
Oh,
wow,
man.
Really good movement of that Banshee, and now he's getting into position. The odds of this drop doing anything from Flash, very low.
Flash not even flinching at this. I don't know if he didn't see that or what.
Yeah, he may not have. Either way, he's got to try, right? Let's see what he can get done. All right, Siege Tank, he can take a couple hits from that. Okay, hey, he's finding a little bit of damage. The medevac is not all that important. It's more about actually getting some SCV kills here.
Well, let's see if he does it over here.
He can stifle some
not
of this
much to
mineral
defend.
income.
Actually, this game running a little bit.
Yeah, it looks a little bit laggy.
A little bit laggy here. It's a bit weird. I don't know if we're going to have a pause here because of that, but there was a period where it looked...
you know, that might be the Observer PC. Let me check my
Yeah,
game.
actually, let's check on your preview PC here.
Nothing seems wrong at all
Looks
on my
fine.
game.
Okay, it might just be the Ops PC.
Yeah, it looks like it is the Ops PC. Okay, so this... I don't believe that this is actually...
This might look just a little bit clunky for seconds here, a little bit jerky.
Yeah, no, it's all perfectly
smooth. It's
smooth
actually completely smooth. Which is what I'm trying to say is that we're able to enjoy this, and you guys are not quite as much.
Yeah, we're going to watch my screen now.
But
like,
that
wow,
means that we will not be
Hellions.
pausing it. We actually never have this happen, by the way.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. His PC is probably Windows updates. I don't know.
Something like that.
It's like, oh, you got to update Java right now.
Well, Dream is coming up now. And
the League of Legends client is updating.
There's at least like 3 nerds watching like, that's not funny. Okay, nicely done here by Dream. Dream continuing to move out. Flash in a bit of hot water with a third base already acquired here from Dream. Flash turtled up. I guess, as he should be.
Yeah.
But Dream really seizing the moment now. Map control going in. In fact, picking up. Does Flash have anything in the main to defend?
He has his Vikings right outside. I think he does have some missile turrets. Actually, I can just check. Oh, I'm not doing that. Okay, yeah, he has missile turrets. He has some Vikings.
Actually, I don't think he can
He'll be
drop
fine.
in the main. I think he actually shouldn't do that at all.
Yeah, he already unloaded it, it looks like, so maybe won't see that. But how do you take this third base right now? It's slow goings, you know? His army's getting bigger and better. Look at how careful Flash is playing. He's like, you know what? Screw this. I'm just not going to die. And I really appreciate his approach because...
Oh my god, nice interception here.
If he tried to take any risks this game, I feel like Dream would maybe roll him over. But playing safe like this, he's kind of counting on the fact that Dream's like really late game hasn't been as good as his. We especially saw that, excuse me, on the last game where Flash just like made better unit comp and like controlled his Vikings better and killed everything.
Is he going to actually intercept this? If we were on a ladder game and be like, well, this guy's clearly a hacker, F him.
Well, look at that mini-map.
That is pretty scary. That's like no escape. Dream is the prison guard on this map. Flash
He's the barbed wire
is
fence on this map.
Flash is the bottom left-hand side of the map. Jail, man. He can't...
Can't pass go. He can't even collect $200, dude.
Well,
he's got to roll doubles 3 times in a row if he wants to get out of here. Oh god, that command center. If that command center gets sniped tasteless, oh, that would be so bad.
He's backing up.
That would be the worst thing that could happen.
Dream is everywhere. This is like the worst feeling in the world if you're Flash. You're like, God, I guess my opponent has the entire map and sees all my movement.
Yeah.
Oh, but look, this slipped through the defenses.
Yeah. Definitely something that can help out quite a bit. All right, costing some mining time. Couple SCVs. The SCV count isn't what's so important, but the lost mining time's good.
Good job, Flash, picking up there and moving back out. That's the only thing he has on the map. He doesn't want to throw that away. Now, the upper left defense here for Dream, not that, but the other army is pretty sparse, so he's going to actually edge in here with a bigger army at the bottom.
Yeah, look at this. This just forces Flash back a little bit because there's a sensor tower there.
But you know what he's doing? He's going to expand forward here.
Yeah, he has to.
This is, yeah, I mean, Flash is handling this very well, but Dream is in a better spot.
This is actually, like, this is really good
TvT.
game.
This is a great TvT, seriously.
Like, the fact that Flash is struggling for this third base, I mean, Dream is playing a much better game than we've seen from him so far against Flash. Looks like, oh, we do have a drop. Kind of checking. No, it sees a floating building, gets out of there. I'm watching the minimap. Minimap is actually the best thing to watch during this game right now. Just look at these red globs move around. Okay, here we go, Tasteless. Going ahead, dropping on top of these siege tanks. A big stim in. A huge area here for some Marauders.
Enough, I believe. That is for sure enough. Even point defense turn doesn't even matter. The siege tank fire here. And as you can see, Flash's army is in shambles. As Dream is going to head southbound now into the second base. GG! Flash has been defeated, and Dream moves on to that final spot in the round of 16.
You can see Dream, he won. I'm sure he's happy about it, but he's like, oh my god, that was close. That was a hard match against Flash. Flash killing him in the first series. In that second series, Dream with a nice advantage early on. Able to pull that out. Really good play in that third game from Dream. I have to hand it to him, but a little bit painful there for poor Flash.
Flash Don Juan Pon salty right now.
Oh, man.
As once again, he has been eliminated early on in a GSL Code S.
Yeah,
and
StarCraft II is a tough game, man.
His ambitions will have to wait for another GSL.
That's right. Perhaps next season. He will be in Code A, so I don't think there's too much problem with him going ahead and getting right back into that round of 32. Definitely expect him to.
Well, sad day for Flash fans, as Flash so far will continue to be known as a great StarCraft II player, but not one of the best of the best.
Yeah, certainly. Whereas Dream continues to show that he is actually one of the best of the best.
Yeah.
This guy is non-stop doing well all over the place.
We're going to go to an interview shortly here with Dream, see how he's feeling now that he got that final spot in Code S, or round of 16 Code S. Great last game. I mean, Dream had some of the best tank Marine Marauder control that we've seen in a long time.
Like,
really
yeah.
containing and punishing the meching player. That's the weakness with the mech, is that you can't move out on the map. So Dream really had counterattack set up everywhere if he tried to move at all.
살아남은 선수 바로 조중혁 선수입니다. 바로 만나보겠습니다.
Goody says our second player to get out of Group G is Dream. Congratulations. And he says thank you.
네, 소감 어떠세요?
So it was a great TvT. How do you feel?
소감은 우선 어려운 조였고 어렵게 올라간 것 같아서 더
It was a
힘들지만
very difficult group.
네, 근데
I'm very glad I was able to advance. It was very hard for me
최종전
though.
때랑 이 경기력의 차이가 좀 있는 것 같은데 어떤 차이가 있을까요?
우선 첫 번째 스타리그 할 때도 그렇고
네.
손이 잘 안 풀리더라고요. 첫 경기 할 때 그런 것도
네.
있고 제가 못했던 것도 있고 영호 선수가 잘했던 것도 있고 그냥 그런 것 같아요.
네,
I wasn't really warmed up in the first match, actually, but I was able to warm up
공격 능력이
a little
굉장히
bit later,
잘했습니다.
and that's why I played better in the later
1세트에서 그
matches.
3방향 견제 정말 깜짝 놀랐는데 그 공성 모드를 푸는 순간만을 노리고 이따가 딱 들어가신 거예요?
네, 4드랍씩 본진 가면 막으려고 오잖아요. 시즈
네.
풀 거 예상하고 들어갔어요.
와, 확실히
So when the
그
4 drops just went into the main base, I thought it was going to come.
학습효과가 됐던 것
And now you were
같아요.
going to go back to your main and defend.
네, 많이 됐던 것 같아요.
계속해서 한방 싸움은 아니니까
And so I grabbed that opportunity to attack him and defend.
만들어내야겠다 이런 생각이신가요?
일단 바이오 대 메카 하면 갈수록 못 이기거든요. 바이오닉이. 그래서
So when you play Bio against
중간에
Max,
승부를 한번 봐야
it's harder to
되는데
win
그게
if it goes in the
운이
late
잘
game.
되는 것 같아요.
이
So I wanted to
세트에서는
end it
상대가
the
그런 것을 또 의식을
mid-game actually,
해서인지
and it worked
본진
out for me.
의료선 드랍 갔을 때도 깔끔하게 막아내고 또 벤시의 피해도 많이 입고 그랬었는데 그 2세트는 어떠셨나요? 네,
What did you think about the second set when you were being harassed by the Banshees?
벤시에게 좀
Just, you
피해를
know what, I
많이
don't even
보고
really
본진
remember.
의료선 드랍을 갔는데 상대가
I think I-
굉장히
it's just you
깔끔하게
lost a lot of
막았어요. 아예
SCVs back
딱
there.
작심을 하고 막고 있었는데 어떠셨나요?
가면은 다 막히더라고요.
네.
공격이. 너무 메카닉이 좀 약간
When I went to
오늘
harass, he
배운 것도
defended it really
많고
well.
태태전 좀 깨달은 것도 있고
So I learned a lot from Flash
메카닉
today,
좋은 것 같아요.
메카닉이 더
영어
좋은
선수를
and I think Mech is still
네.
pretty good.
너무 최종전에서 잘하셔서 오히려 그 2경기에서 경기력이 다 이 마지막을 위한 플레이였나 생각이 될 정도로 정말 멋진 최종전이었습니다. 이제 16강에
He's
올라가게
saying it
됐는데
felt like you
현재 이 16강에 테란이 가장 많아요.
almost lost on
어떠세요?
purpose to play Flash and get a rematch in that final set because your playstyle was so different.
느낀 것도 많고 배운 것도 많아서 이제 16강
I
제가
wasn't really
뽑을 수 있는
confident
권한이
starting
있는지
TvT
모르겠는데
out today, but I feel like today more than anything was a learning experience
네,
for me.
사테란조요?
And I think I'm continuing to
왜
gain
이렇게
confidence in
극단적인 선택을
TvT.
하시는지
So
테란전이
maybe, who
그만큼
knows, I'll
지금
just
오늘
make a
경기가
more Terran
자신감이
only
됐나
group
봐요.
네, 많이 배웠어요 오늘.
In the round of 16.
업그레이드된 모습을 보기 좋은데
Flash
자
getting
조지명
saltier about
측에서
it.
Yeah.
좀 적극적으로 하셔야겠네요. 이번에
네, 저 시드 있지 않아요? 저 포인트 랭킹 있는데.
그런가요? 그건 제가 확인을 해봐야 할 것
He's
같은데 자 그러면 조중현
He
선수
said he
이번
had to see the
조지명
group
측에서
selection
기대를
first
하고
before he could pick any
있겠습니다.
players out. And Gertie says,
마지막으로 또
I'll have to
기뻐하고
find out
계신
exactly. She doesn't have that
팬들에게 한 말씀
information with her
해주시죠.
right now.
우선
She said, anyways, final comments to your fans.
팬분들께서 1경기 보고 떨어질 거라 예상하셨을 텐데 그래도 다 올라가서
I
다행인
think
것
a lot of
같고
fans probably thought I was going to be knocked out today, especially after
감독님이
they
아마
saw
보고
my
계실
first match.
거예요.
But I was
최연성
able to pull it
감독님한테
together and especially play better in the final
좀
match.
잘해실 거라고 말하고 싶네요.
최은성 감독님께
I also want to say to
칭찬드릴까요?
my coach that
모르겠어요.
I'm going to get
그건.
better
근데
at TvT
감독님 전성기 시절
from
같은
now on.
생각해봤을 때 어떤
And I learned a
것
lot
같아요?
today.
내가 그 정도 위치에 올라갈 것 같다 이런 느낌이 오나요?
그거는 너무 높아서 벽이 그
오.
정도는 아닐 것 같고 그냥 오늘 경기가 좀 감독님한테 어필이
He's
됐으면
asking, do you
좋겠어요. 태태전을
think you're going to be as good as
못한다고
your coach
하셔가지고
was in StarCraft 1?
조금
And he says, no, I don't know if I'll be able to do that
좋게
ever.
보셨으리라
He was
저도
too good in
생각이
StarCraft 1.
드는데
I believe they
오늘
were referring
다시
to I
한번
love
16강
OOV,
진출
who was
축하드립니다.
crazy good.
감사합니다.
I
네.
love you.
자 이렇게
love
오늘
it.
One of the
죽음의 조
greatest
G조에서 마지막으로
Terrans
멋진
of all
패전을
time.
보여주면서
Revolutionizing RTS understanding.
Here are our results. As you can see, Hero and Dream move on. Flash and Patience, well, they're out of Code S.
Yes, indeed. But they are in Code A, so we'll see them get a chance for next season. I would not be surprised for 1 second if they both made it back in the round of 32. I think they're both of that quality.
Oh, for sure. Especially Flash.
Yeah.
Hopefully Flash will not be our tragic hero of the GSL. Always getting in, but then getting knocked out earlier than a lot of people feel like.
We're going to get Younghwa for that, right? So
Yeah, he's our other tragic hero.
yeah.
Well, that does it for the round of 32, guys. We really hope you enjoyed these games.
Yeah. Well, that's, let me think here. It's 4 Protoss, 3 Zerg, and 8 Terrans, I believe.
I think you're right.
4 plus 3 plus 8.
Math
15?
is hard. Don't
No.
ask me. Not
Wait,
on live TV.
That would be 9 Terrans.
Next Wednesday, we're going to have the beginning of the round of 16, so
Oh,
definitely
wait,
don't
no,
miss-
I'm so sorry. There's one more group. H comes after G. I feel like an idiot.
Oh, my God. You know what? You just said
there
it.
is 8 Terrans
I
then.
just believed you, actually.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well.
Wait, no, because there's 4 Protoss now, 3
You'd
Zergs.
think by now, after how many code S's we have done, we would
We
know
know
how
the
many
last
letters
letter-
of the
letter.
alphabet at
The
least.
8th letter. Okay, there we go. 7 Terrans. That's where I messed up. Okay, so anyways, that's how many people. One more group. And
Well,
that
the
would be
hype
sweet.
sounded good when we did it, but there is one more group. How does that happen? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Whatever.
thought G was the 8th letter of the alphabet.
I thought that was the
but
last letter of the alphabet. We did it today.
I knew that was Z.
I was so
because I'm
confident.
not dumb. Well, I am dumb, but a different type of dumb.
We're going to be back for the actual final day of the GSL Code S on Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you guys. We hope you enjoyed the game. Good night.